Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's really nice to see all of you here. Dear fellow workers, I don't know about you, but I'm proud to be called a worker. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Chi. Thank you. I'm sure that makes his days, but more so, he will be happier if you tell that to him on Friday with your votes. So like I was saying, I'm proud to be called a worker because it means that I work for a living. It means that I make an honest living. For that, I'm proud. I'm sure you are too. Making an honest living, however, does not mean that we have to slog for hours day in and day out just to make barely a sustainable wage. Except for the periods of recession, we usually see our wage increase a little bit each year. That's good, of course, that's good. But if prices are increasing faster than our wages, then in fact, we are getting poorer. And that is the case because data shows us that in Singapore, our purchasing power is getting smaller. Meaning, you and I, we are getting poorer. Not the other way around. We have a National Wage Council to determine our level of income. The NWC is made up of representatives from 3 bodies, or the so-called tripartite. The government, the employers, and the trade unions. Imagine that, just for a moment. When 2 wolves and a lamb meet together to discuss for dinner, guess what the decision is gonna be? It's a bleak picture, isn't it? But isn't the government supposed to protect us? To look out for our welfare? Well, the problem is, in Singapore, over 60% of the corporation is government-linked, also known as GLC. So, there is a conflict of interest. Is the government representing the employers, or is the government representing you? Well, I leave that to you to answer that question yourself. Should it look after the link company's interests, or should it look after your interests? Again, I'm sure you can figure that out. Well, 2 wolves and a lamb. That is a big picture, isn't it? Yes, it is, but alas, it gets worse. What about the trade union, you ask? They would certainly represent us, right? Right? Well, Let me put it in colloquial. By right, the trade union should be representing us, huh? But by left, that's a different story, isn't it? Well, Mr. Lim Swee Say, just until recently, was our union chief. And he had said that minimum wages has no place in Singapore. He wanted Singaporean workers to be cheaper, better, faster. Cheaper, better, faster. Better, yes, I like that. But cheaper? He wants you to be cheaper. Can you believe it? Your very own union chief, who represents you in the National Wage Council, wants you to be cheaper. To me, that is totally disgusting. No wonder our wages remains miserable. No wonder our salary cannot catch up with price increases. Another thing that is uniquely Singapore is that the union chief automatically gets a ministerial position in the Prime Minister's office. As a minister without portfolio, guess what? He's getting $1 million salary for nothing. And yet, he wants you to work for close to nothing. The SDP, on the other hand, wants you to get a more equitable salary, a more decent pay, one that not only catches up merely with price increases, but one that surpasses it. See, look around you. Look at all these big, giant corporations. They are not built by CEOs alone. They are built by the receptionists who answer the phone. They are built by the clerks who fill up the form every day. The dispatch riders that delivers your mails. The technicians who maintains the corporate facilities. The managers who make sure everything takes and work together. These mighty corporations, they are built by you, and you. You deserve a lot more than what they are giving. Beyond fair wages, the SDP wants the life quality of our workforces to be improved. The catchword here is work-life balance. You heard a lot about it. You heard them on the commercial. You heard them, read about them in the magazines. You heard them every day. But in reality, is that a reality in your life? For some of you, perhaps, lucky you, you're among the few. But for most of us, work-life is anything but balance. In my walkabout just a couple of days ago in UT, I met this young mother with a little child, came to the door, and he asked me, yes, I will vote for you, but if I vote for you, what can you do for me? Well, I say I'm not really a very talkative person, but when I say something, I want my words to count. So, what is it you want me to speak up for you in Parliament? I asked her. Say just one thing, just one thing. I want my husband to be able to come home early enough to have dinner with me and my child. Because every day I cook dinner, we got ready, he get held up at the job place. By the time he comes home, the kid's crying, I'm too hungry to wait, the kids cannot wait anymore, food becomes cold. Every day, not just once in a while. So I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this coming Friday, put us into Parliament. Let us be your voice in Parliament. That's the only way we can present your view to the government. Everything that we say out here is useless if we continue to say it out here. They will only pay attention when we are in Parliament and say that in there. So ladies and gentlemen, put us in. Tell the government enough is enough. The workers must be empowered. We want our lives back. Thank you.